Hello and welcome. I'm so excited to share this resource with you, and I know your time is valuable, so I want to make this quick and to the point. So, the story behind why I created this resource is that I spend quality time with my son watching films, and one day I said, you know what, let me find something that's going to feed him, inspire him, motivate him. And then I came across Black Boys Can Dance Too, the short film on YouTube. And I was just so inspired listening to Jamal Joseph talk about how and why his book, Black Boys Can Dance Too, came to be and how the short film came together. And I just really wanted to add into the atmosphere how I, as a teacher, would use the resource in a classroom or at a community center to guide students through the understanding and help them to apply some of the many wonderful lessons that are embedded in just a 20-minute short film. And it's even inspirational not only for young people, but it's inspirational for parents. It's inspirational for teachers like myself, principals, and just how the community has an impact on young people and how powerful it can be when we come together. So, without further ado, in this kit, I'm moving on to the next screen. So, in this kit, I have a couple of elements. First, you're going to have your welcome page where I just give you a little bit of instructions and the links to the docs that I created. Here you have the YouTube video on Edpuzzle. Edpuzzle. You can create an Edpuzzle account for free. And I recommend if you don't use Edpuzzle to use it because you're able to guide the students through the video and hold them accountable because the video will pause periodically. The video will pause periodically to have the students stop and think. It's up to you whether or not you want to um
Hi, my name is Jamal Joseph. I am the
see
director
like
and producer
and the other thing is that the video, if it's blocked in your school, it should be able to play within Edpuzzle. And then as the video goes on,
of the short film Black Boys Dance
you'll
2. It
see
is a coming of age story
it'll
that
pause at
breaks
the
the stigmas and stereotypes of
dot
young
at the
black men in
bottom.
our
So it's
community,
about to
being
play
able
right
to
now.
just have a joy and love for the art form of dance. I started this project with my children's book.
See? So it'll pause. And then the first multiple choice I'm sorry, question I created will pop up. And the students have the ability to click rewatch because I've enabled rewatch or skip. And you as a teacher will also have the ability, if you go within Edpuzzle, to make a copy of what I've created and modify questions if you would like. And then this is not an Edpuzzle video, but and then all the students' answers will go into a format where you can look at all the students' answers and responses on the screen and grade them if you would like. You have a system in there to grade them. So anyway, back to that. And also you can just if your YouTube is not blocked in your school, that you can also just go directly to the YouTube video. The next thing that's in here will be the discussion guide. So in the discussion guide, you'll be able to see all the questions. There are 3 pages of questions. I think you just got a preview just now. Now, this is a printable, so you can print this out and have students respond or work in partners to respond. I just provided this handout in case it depends on your situation. You might provide this handout as a scaffold to keep kids on track if you don't decide to use the Ed puzzle, or maybe you have a student or two or three that would work better with the worksheet than the Ed puzzle. Maybe you know your students. So, the alternative to using the Ed puzzle that I'm also giving you is a Google form. So it's the same thing, but in a different way that might accommodate how you teach a little bit better or differently. Because I know there's times when you might want to use an Ed puzzle, or maybe there's times when you might want to use the Google form. Totally up to you. I also give you the questions as a list. So again, that's so you can modify. It's just a list of the questions and it's editable. I really wanted this kit to be editable for you. I also give you a lengthy, a pretty lengthy lesson plan. Let's see. Oh, I know what I did. I just had to switch those. So I also gave you a pretty lengthy lesson plan that you can modify according to grade levels. This can be modified down to the younger children or modified up because it will work regardless. I think this film is for all age groups, but so now we have ELA art standards, social emotional learning standards, health and physical education standards, mental health and wellness standards, technology standards, learning objectives, essential questions, student considerations for differentiation. There are culturally responsive strategies. Understanding by design is used to design these materials. There's a list of what materials or resources you might need. There are some lesson procedures, what teachers should do, what students should do, and assessment and checks for understanding. And so now here's an extension. Again, all of this is to help you like differentiate or scaffold. There's also teacher reflection for you to think about, the impact of the lesson. Now, this part right here is really fun for me to share with you because you can also make this a part of a larger project by giving them final performance assessments. And there's tons of ideas here, and you can build your rubric using these categories. Okay, so that's it in a nutshell. And let me just switch this to here and this to here. And that's it. So I hope you enjoy the resource and please do leave me a review or share pictures or comments with me. I would really love to know how you were able to utilize this in your classroom. And you can email me at thisteacherspeechllc@gmail.com. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.